In this video, I'm going to cover a few other coins, but these are from other blockchains as well, which you can keep an eye on. Obviously, I've talked about Pepe a lot during the training program, and you can see on ETH, this was one of the main large cap coins to break out from 500 million all the way up to 4 billion. So why am I showing you this? Well, again, this is another one. If we get a decent pullback, this could be a coin this season that does what Doge, Shiba have done before. Pepe could be the new one. Same way with altcoins. For example, Solana's did very well last bull run, but in the previous ones you saw things like XRP and Bitcoin Cash do well. So there's always rotation. So this is one of the newer meme coins. We know that. So that's why I think Pepe has potential this time. Something to keep an eye on. But really, if you have a smaller trading account, rather than Pepe, look into some other Ethereum ones. Same way I've shown you, use Banter Bubble, see what's trending at the moment, see if anything's breaking out, and then try and catch them early when they're just now breaking out and trying to attack their all-time highs. So that's what you really want to do. Another one is Turbo. This is one that could be moving earlier. Again, it's an older one. I'll just show you on a daily chart so you can see. So this is a much older coin from May 2023, around this time of Pepe. And then it had that initial push up in December, and it's slowly beginning to push up again. Can it then go and attack 300, 400 million? Potentially. And you can see a lot of volume is coming in, but from 30 million to 80 million, it hasn't really moved much yet. It may not move that much in total multiples at all. We don't know, but again, it's something to look at. Copy Inu is another one. I did really well on the first run with this one on AVAX, and now it's slowly higher highs, ascending round, broken out of all-time highs, and now may get support on all-time highs and then push on as well. So I think it reached a market cap of 450, nice round number, lots of volume, and this is one on Avalanche. Another Avalanche one that I previously traded was Kimbo, and this also seems to be still very early but breaking out. Now the Avalanche ones are not, I'm not seeing the same massive multiples, but we may have a period of time where Avalanche itself as an altcoin is really trending strongly again, and the Avalanche ones take off on their own and then do ridiculous, like this could do a 10x and stuff like that. So my whole point in these extra videos is to diversify. If you've got the funds and you want to lock up, even if it's just $200 in each of these coins, you can do. Just transaction costs are low, and just see if anything 10x's in the coming weeks or months. Then it's not a bad idea. Meme coins are going to be very big this cycle, and that's why you're here doing obviously the training. But apart from meme coins, altcoins are obviously going to do well as well. But some of the meme coins could do a lot better, the larger cap meme coins, than altcoins. So that's basically why I'm sharing these things with you. Now, a few other ones I wanted to discuss as well. So let's go through them. So this is Ninja. So this is basically on Injective. Now I talked about Injective in the training program earlier as well. And my concern with these was they had a little bit of a pump and stuff, but then no more volume. But now recently they've also had a pump. Volume's been coming in, and this has broken out to all-time highs, now getting a good pullback. But notice this is one of the biggest ones on Injective, but the multiples aren't great. You're getting a kind of 2x. They never sold off that much, so that's good in a way. But again, if Injective on its own becomes a massive very bubbling narrative where for 3-4 weeks everybody's just talking about Injective. Anytime in 2024, for example, then you definitely want to look at the meme coins quickly and get in first before everybody else jumps in. Now, I'm sure you're in the same situation. It's so hard to trade on so many different blockchains and keep an eye on everything. That's why I'm personally just sticking to a few Solana ones because I find the volume there is the biggest. However, if I see a rotation and suddenly Injective is popular for a period of a few weeks, I might do some swing trades. Swing trade basically means holding anywhere from 1 day all the way up to a week, kind of 7 days, 1 to 7 days hold. So a little bit of monitoring required, but it's not too bad. So I'm watching Injective very closely, AVAX very closely. Not really watching any other blockchains. I don't really trade much on Binance in terms of meme coins, but obviously if you've got experience there, then you can consider that. And remember, Ninja is just one of them on this particular blockchain. There are several others, but really for the big gains, you want to look at the older ones that are established, like Ninja, for example. Brand new ones that are popping off and Injective, yes, if they get to good market caps, you can have a look, but otherwise, I'll stick to these larger ones that have lots of liquidity everybody's going to be looking to ape into those when this blockchain is becoming popular. So at the moment, the volume hasn't pushed it that much. It was the same for Cock Inu. It's definitely had a good run from 100, now settling at 300, 300. So it's kind of like 3x. But let me show you another one actually on Solana, for example, just to kind of compare. So Solana is basically what it's called. So another one, it's had a really good pullback from 100 to 45. So I'm looking to see if there's any interesting setups to see again if we could do a 5x or something like this. It's quite possible, but again, buying on only deep pullbacks. But what's interesting here is I've just shown you the other blockchains that had a breakout. This had a breakout as well, and you can either start it from the 5 million mark, or if you really want to be a bit more precise, when were the other ones trending? Cocky Inu and Ninja, I've just shown you, is from around 26th of Feb and stuff, wasn't it? So, I mean, Salama then was 1 million, but notice this didn't do a 2 or 3x to 100 million. It did basically 50 to 100x. So it's just something to note that it's already done a lot of a very big movement. So it's a good idea to take profits. You already know you should be taking profits before 100 million, before 200 million, round numbers like that. But on Solana, it seems there's a lot more people involved aping into these coins and rotating, so the multiples are a lot more worth it. Which is why in all of these extra videos, I'm showing you mostly Solana meme coins. I think those are the ones that will do well. But just remember, go into Banter Bubbles, see what else is breaking out. You might get Wave 2 ones, newer coins, but preferably the old ones that have been battered in this recent run and retraced 50%. That's what you're looking at. For example, this one from 100 to 40 million, that's basically kind of a 60%. So we're looking at 618 exactly. You see that there? So the very, very nice bounce in 618. Don't know what's going to happen from here. Maybe it'll just struggle, go sideways, do nothing for a few weeks. But if a setup comes in, I might again diversify it and just add this as an extra coin. Maybe it'll do a 2x, maybe it'll do nothing. Maybe it can run and do a 10x. Not that crazy now. And Solana really is going to be a massive blockchain for this cycle. So that's it for this one. Thanks for listening.